Okay, I don't usually talk about One Piece like that. Every now and then I mention One Piece here and there. Um, you guys heard me talked about One Piece every now and then, and saying that I don't really care too much about One Piece. And I know some of you guys out there over the years have been telling me like, hey man, you really need to watch One Piece. Watch it and give it a chance. And I refuse to actually listen to those people because I was like, nah, I don't want to watch One Piece. I mean, the show looks garbage to me, and it just looked really whack. You know, because when I first seen what's that guy name, Luffy. When I first seen him, I couldn't take the guy serious. I didn't even watch. Because everybody kept telling me about Luffy, and I seen Luffy, and I was like, okay, you got a guy with a hat and flip flops and some short pants and a vest, whatever you want to call it. And I just couldn't take him serious. And he was a rubber, and I think Luffy ate some kind of devil fruit or something to make him rubber or something. But I just couldn't take this guy serious. I was like, this guy's just a goof. He's just a clown. I just couldn't take him serious. So that's when they finally did the crossover. They did the Dragon Ball Z crossover with One Piece. One Piece and Dragon Ball Z crossover with Toriko and all that stuff. And when I was watching Luffy and going up against Goku at the World Martial Arts Tournament, I said, okay, I'm pretty amazed by this guy. This guy really. That was my first time ever really seeing him in action like that. That was my first time ever seeing him. And when Goku was fighting, him and Goku and Toriko was fighting the World Martial Arts Tournament, I said to myself, I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and watch One Piece. I'm going to watch episode 1. Right now, I'm on episode 17. But I'm about to go ahead and give you guys my thoughts about it real quick. When I decided to go watch One Piece, because I said, fuck it, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to give One Piece a chance because everybody's telling me I need to watch it. It's pretty good. I went back and watched it, and so far, I watched One Piece. So far, I'm pretty amazed by that. I really am impressed by it. When I watched it, I said, okay, this is pretty good. I see why people saying that, was telling me, like, look, dude, you really need to watch this. This is really good. And I finally took the time to watch One Piece, and One Piece is pretty amazing. I actually like the show. But just like I was saying, I'm on episode 17 right now. And I actually like the fights. I actually liked it. I can see why they would team Luffy up with Dragon Ball Z. I can see why they do that. Luffy and Goku does have a little bit of similarity, so I can understand why they want to team these guys up, because they do have a little bit of similarity. I mean, Luffy might not be as a great fighter as Goku. He might not be as good as Goku when it comes around in fighting, because we all know Goku's like a genius when he's fighting. But these two does kind of have a little bit of similarity of personality a little bit. They both like to laugh. They both enjoy eating. So I can see why they wanted to team these two guys up, because it makes sense. It really makes sense. These two do have a little bit of similarity. When I was watching One Piece, when I was watching the episodes of One Piece, because I went all the way back to episode 1, when I was watching it, they mix a little bit of Dragon Ball Z stuff in there. And I say, you know what? They do it so good, though. Because I think the writer of One Piece, is friends with the guy of Dragon Ball Z, the writer of Dragon Ball Z, I believe. But I think those two guys are like good buddies, though, I think. But when I was watching One Piece, they mix a little bit of Dragon Ball Z stuff in there. And I said, okay, it's pretty good. They do it good, though, man. They do it good. Because you know how it is when all the Dragon Ball Z characters try to disappear and you hear all the sound effects and shit like that. They was using that in One Piece, and I said, okay, that's pretty good, though. Because some of the sound effects is Dragon Ball Z sound effects in there, what they be doing. All the disappearing and teleporting, all that stuff like that. And you just hear the weird sounds, what they be doing. One Piece was doing the same thing, and I said, but they do it so good, though. And I said, you know what? One Piece is pretty good, though, man. They really are good. They might not be as good as Dragon Ball. They might not be as strong as Dragon Ball Z, but they are pretty good. Unlike Naruto, for an example. I mean, Naruto and them, they try so hard to be like Dragon Ball Z. They just do this shit all fucking sloppy and shit. But One Piece and them, they do it pretty good. They get fans like me interested in watching them. I mean, yes, One Piece is it's gonna be around for a long time, though, man. They're gonna be around for a good while, man. I don't ever see that episode ever ending. I mean, I don't think One Piece should ever end. Hell no. They should never end. They need to keep on going. Keep going with it. But if I was them, if they just have the Dragon Ball Z characters just be in every episode of One Piece. I wish they would do that instead of just making a few appearances. They need to have the Dragon Ball Z characters in all the episodes of One Piece. Since they all met each other and fought together, they need to have the Dragon Ball Z characters, going on adventures with Luffy and them. I think it'd be really good. It's good for business. But if I was them, I would select a few Dragon Ball Z characters to travel adventures with Luffy and them. Like I would pick Goku for an example. I would pick Vegeta. I would pick Future Trunks. I would pick Piccolo. I would pick one of the best fighters. I would pick Gohan. Them right there would be the only Dragon Ball Z fighters that I would basically have them team up with Luffy and them. Just team them up just to go around and just fighting powerful fighters. Like Luffy doesn't really have to fight fighters that's superior to Goku or stronger than Goku. No, he doesn't have to do that. Because I know if they really do have the Dragon Ball Z characters team up with Luffy and them, Luffy and them is going to be meeting some very powerful ass characters. But Luffy and all his friends doesn't really have to fight, characters that's superior to Goku or stronger than. No, they can fight somebody that's like exactly on the same level. Like you don't really have to worry about Dragon Ball Z characters outshining them. Just have the Dragon Ball Z characters fight villains that's on their levels, and have Luffy and his friends fight villains on their level. You know what I'm saying? That's what they should do. Or have Luffy and Goku and Torgo and all them just team up, together. They can do that every now and then. I think that's pretty good to see three of them team up. It's pretty good though. I'm not really much of a big fan of Torgo. Like I watch a little bit of Torko, but I couldn't really get into Torko. Torko, I don't know. I don't know. For some reason I don't like him, but I don't know. But yes, One Piece is pretty good though. It's pretty good, and I'm pretty impressed by the fights in there so far. So there you have it. I finally told you guys. I finally watched One Piece.